Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another recording session, in fact another tutorial. So today we're going to be looking at how to record audio. So start off with, make sure we've got our low latency enabled. Remember, this basically means so when you record there's no latency between you playing and it recording, so there's no kind of offset of a gap between the note you play and the actual recording, so you don't have to jig anything about. Alright, to open a new recording track for audio, we go to the plus sign, new tracks, and then make sure audio is clicked. I think you could also use these, but I've got a Kemper profiling amp with me to demonstrate today, so we're going to be using that. Okay, and we need to go to input and make sure this is selected on the right one. So currently it is showing a stereo input, so hence 1 and 2. I am currently just using a mono input as the second input is for the microphone. So I just need to go to the correct input, which would be input 1. Let's just make sure. Input 1, that's great. So then, once you've got that, that's fine. Create. We just want the one track at the minute. There we go. So let's see if we've got some. There we go, some signal. Beautiful. Okay, I'm just going to mute this while we record because I've already got it coming in my headphones, and if you get it coming through your headphones twice, it can be quite distracting. So to record, we can either hit the button here or just click R. So let's quickly record a part. That was awful. Let's try again. So if that ever happens and you make a mistake, all you have to do is click and delete by using the backspace button. Now, if you wanted to keep it for later, you could select the keep button, but that was pretty goddamn awful. So let's click delete and let's try again. So we get a count in of 4 when we press R. Better, still not there, but okay, so the first half was good, the second half was a bit rubbish. What we can do, because it literally just repeats itself, is use the scissor tool. So remember when we were talking about tools before? You can just click up here, click the scissor tool, cut halfway through and cut out the section we don't like. Go back here, go to the pointer tool, click on the bit you don't like, backspace. And as we know, we can copy and paste by either doing Command C, getting the bar, the transport bar to where you want it, and Control V. Alternatively, and much easier I believe, is just to click and Alt, hold Alt, and then just let go when you want it to repeat. Great, okay, so now I want to record another part, maybe a distorted guitar. So let's create a new track. And again, that's all fine because I'm going to just be using the Kemper. And let's try and find ourselves a nice distorted sound. So let's just quickly have a quick playthrough. And not unplug my headphones because I need that. Plug back in, there we go, okay. Through some sounds, black star, oh, lead plus juice. Make sure we don't clip it. Sounds great. Okay, let's use this one. So once again, select where we want to record from, and all we need to do, click. Let's do that again. It wasn't quite good enough for me. So let's turn it up. Okay, turn it up. There we go, that sounds good. So once again, click to where we want it and record. Okay, that sounds good. A technique that I like to do is actually making the guitar bit stereo. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to literally record the exact same track. So what I'm going to do, rather than going through the whole new track, we can just duplicate a track, which literally copies all the settings. There aren't any settings on there to demonstrate. So let me just put an EQ on there, just to show you what it does. So let's say I do this effect. There we go. It's got a small high pass filter there. So for me to duplicate that, if I want the exact same track, rather than adding the track and do it all over again, just click this button. Magic. There we go. Two doing the exact same things. However, I want one panned all the way to the left and all the way to the right, and this basically means what ear it's coming out of, or what speaker. So I'll just quickly demonstrate this. And there you go. So I want one coming out of the left ear, one coming out of the right ear. We're going to record this and it creates a really nice stereo image. Ready? Lovely. Let's hear that all together. Wow, those guitars are very overpowering. So what we can do is actually turn the volume of these down. So if we select these, just bring them down. If you want to bring two tracks down at the same time, just select them on the mixer. By the way, the mixer, click X and it comes up. So if we click on one and click shift on the other, you have two selected and we can just bring those down. So let's hear how this sounds. Great, that sounds good to me. Okay, so the next section, we're going to literally just copy and paste what we did before. So click, hold Alt, there we go. And also for the last section, let's just click, hold Alt. Okay, and there we go, we've got the basis of our own song. In fact, let's just add a little solo at the end. So I'm going to create one more track. I'm going to duplicate this. Instead of having it all the way to the right, I'm going to put this one in the middle and I'm going to use this as my lead track for a little solo. Right, I'm just going to add some effects. And let's record a lead part. Now, something we can do is actually loop record. And this basically means when we've recorded a part, it goes back and we can record it again and again and select from different takes. Okay, so to do this, we just drag, click, drag over the section we want to repeat. And we can also move that around like this. Okay, so let's record a solo. Okay, let's hear that. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, so now we have 2 recordings. We can select between which one we like. So, take 1. And take 2. All we need to do is literally just click on them and it changes over. I think take 2 is the winner. So if we want to get these extra bits out of the way, all we need to do is click here. And there we go. It shows us that it's take 2. And that's it. That's us done. We've recorded our own little song. So let's have a listen. If we want to mix the levels, we can just bring them up and down just on here. Great, and there you have it. That's how we record audio. By the way, if you are using multi-track devices and say, for example, you've got bass plugged into input 1, 2 or 3, all you need to do is do the same thing, create a new track, input there. We can choose from the list of inputs. So say we wanted input 2, there we go. And if we do want to record in stereo, just use one of these. It's 1 and 2, 1 for left channel, 2 for right channel. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, do all the things, and please follow me on other social media. Have a very good night. Take care. Bye.